Greetings, everybody. Thrilled to have you all here for this first week of launching innovation in schools. It's been a terrific week in the course. Incredibly excited to have so many people from so many places in the world, so many great educators who are contributing to this new global community that we're forming. We've got one more week left for units 0 and 1, and the suggested deadlines for assessments 1.1 and 1.2 are coming up. Unit 2 will launch on October 12th. You have plenty of time to work on all these things, and you also have plenty of time to invite your colleagues. If you've had a great first week in the course and you think, oh, there's a couple more people from my school or my organization or my network who would enjoy participating, please do invite them. We'd love to have more folks joining us. It's incredible to see learning circles form in Thailand, in Utah, in Florida, in Costa Rica, in public schools, in charter schools, in private schools, in all different kinds of institutions. We're thrilled to have you all here. Feel free to use the groups area of the course to collaborate. We also have a group specifically for learning circle facilitators. So if you're a facilitator of a learning group and you want to get some ideas for activities that you can facilitate or ways that you can engage your colleagues in your face-to-face settings and the face-to-face circle meetings you have, we've linked some resources there to start, and we encourage learning circle facilitators to join that group and jump in. As we've said a couple of times, we think really the best way for you to take the class is with some colleagues in your local environment, in the organizations that you work with. You'll be most likely to be successful in leading change and starting change initiatives and getting innovation off the ground if you have some colleagues who can support you, who can bounce ideas off you, who can advocate with you. Of course, if you're taking the class by yourself, we're thrilled to have you here, and that's another great way to participate in the learning experience. But we want to encourage people to do this as much as possible within teams. Another way that you can connect with other folks is to join affinity groups, which are groups of learners that have shared interests or shared interests in the same academic subject or live or work in the same geographic location. So they're groups for people who are in higher education, for folks working with education technology, for people interested in STEAM. And we have some general tips for starting these virtual groups in the forum on the weekly update page. For those of you who are U.S. educators, if you're interested in taking the course for one transferable graduate credit from Framingham State University, if that's a way of marking and recognizing your energy and efforts in participating in the course, if you look along the top nav pages, you'll see one of them is about graduate credit. Encourage you to look at that and then contact us if you have any questions about that process. Would love to be able to support some people in earning graduate credit while they're working through this class if you're a U.S. educator working in schools. Every week we try to go through the forums and highlight some of the great things that are going on, point you in those directions, and just celebrate the terrific contributions that folks are making. T.W. Johnston 2017 from New Zealand started a video discussion about getting buy-in from your team. He got excited about the ideas of distributed leadership that we started with, had some colleagues who started jumping in that conversation. He asks about sort of going deeper into some of these contexts and ideas, which absolutely will happen in the subsequent units. The way we've designed units 0 and 1 is we're trying to sort of give you a sense of the whole, some of the most important ideas that we have of the course in the beginning, and then each subsequent unit is going to delve more deeply into these ideas, usually sort of recursively coming back to them. So in unit 2, we're going to talk about bringing people together around ideas they care about, which is about building on strengths and building on the passions that other folks in the community have. We'll also talk more about working together with others when we talk about working together through ups and downs. Craig Julius got us started in a conversation about getting it right the first time, the importance of approaching failure as a learning opportunity, developing a bias to action mindset. In this course, we're definitely going to ask you to go out and start doing things even when you don't know for certain what's going to happen, to say that, you know, there's lots of good reasons to do strategic planning and all these kinds of things, but a lot of change happens when people just get started. Craig is just down the road from me in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, or as we say around here, North Attleboro. So we're thrilled to have some Massachusetts folks joining us. Natalia Leon from Bogota asked the question, why not change? What are some of the things that have us stuck in the routines that we already have? You know, she gets concerned about fear about the culture within an organization that encourages people to stick with what they know. And obviously, there's lots of great reasons why we conserve things in education, why we use practices that have worked for a long time. But Natalia started a great conversation about how we can build a culture that's oriented towards change. A bunch of great things happening in the activities and assignments. We had an activity that we encourage you to try to follow a student for a day, or at least interview a student for a little while to learn more about their experiences. Kristen from Chicago, who's taught there for 17 years, has been an administrator for the last few years, had a great post about extending the activity to have administrators walk in teachers' shoes. If you've especially been out of the classroom for a while, go back and spend a day shadowing one of your teachers and see what it looks like and what it feels like, and develop some of that empathy for the other stakeholders in the system who we try to serve as leaders. In assignment 1.1, saw a lot of themes around trust, respect, collaboration, purposeful learning, real-world applications, all of those things as sort of elements of powerful learning environments. Kevin from Baltimore, Costa 380, posted an illustrated, very thoughtful, focused response that got this great, rich dialogue going among 4 fellow participants. It's a great example of peer feedback and how good peer feedback can engender a rich discussion. V from Germany, a chemistry teacher, also posted her idea of a or his or her idea, I guess we can't tell V, of a powerful learning environment, and got some great feedback from other folks about what they liked about the assignment, and also questions that can help deepen V's thinking and their own understanding. So these interactions among you have the potential to be the most sort of powerful parts of the course as you're really thinking carefully about how people are characterizing the challenges in their learning environment and how people talk about what's possible. Julian Michaels for 1.2 for a problem of practice identified student hunger as a key issue in his community, and also the fact that the way that most students try to address the hunger is by leaving campus and then coming back, creating these different kinds of conflicts. It's a great example of how one of the things that Peter's going to talk about throughout the course is trying to understand our schools as part of systems, and as systems that are beyond just the boundaries of schools, but our communities and so forth. And the systems have big parts like communities and streets and shops, and they have individual parts like our own selves. And student hunger is absolutely a crucial part of that system. If people don't have the food, the water, the sleep, the sense of safety they need, learning's just not possible. And so for those of you who are working in challenging environments where getting those basics settled is a really important part of your work, I hope that this course can inspire you and support you in trying new things. Julian's going to try to get the local snack shop to improve its offerings and its attractiveness to students. And his first step, which is a great first step in almost any initiative, is to try to bring more students from the community to be involved in that effort to try to work on things. So just a terrific first week in class. We're super grateful to all these folks from all around the world who are joining together to think about launching innovation in schools. As you have questions, please post them in various places in the forums. The best answers you'll get will probably be from each other. There's so much wisdom and expertise that all the participants in the course bring to this learning experience, and then where our team can be helpful, we'll jump in as well. Thanks so much for a terrific first week, and look forward to seeing you all out in the forums.